What's going on, y'all? It's your girl, Kelsey Lynn.
It's your boy, Tony G.
And this is Mitten Kitten Moments. So, we are in a new year. We just had to start this podcast over with.
Dog's going crazy.
Yeah, when aren't they? Last podcast we did, we wrapped up 2025 and just kind of went over what that year was like and what we're looking forward to next year. But this podcast, I want to kick the year off right by talking about manifestation, how you can literally create your own reality, 12 laws of the universe type of thing. So yeah. But recently, as I was saying on the podcast before that we just had to delete, I typically listen to audiobooks about creating your own reality, about manifestation, about neuroscience. I find things like that so fascinating because you hear all these like super successful people talk about how they went on this journey and accomplished all their wildest dreams, and I think for the average person who has not gotten in touch with that consciousness yet, they might not even know how to do it. It might be some people's first time hearing about it. I know at one point it was new in my life, and I was like, this is a bunch of mumbo jumbo, till I started truly trying these practices and really trying to create the life I wanted. And I seen for myself, even just in the recent weeks, with opening Pandora's box. And
Yeah, because you got to be careful because
yes, you do.
speaking things into existence,
Even just letting certain people like back into your lives that have that stank energy.
it fucking throw everything off. Like, to manifest something, you have to basically speak it into existence and really, really believe it. If you're not manifesting, but you're constantly speaking negative, you're gonna bring negative into your existence, and the universe is gonna give you what you want.
Yeah, dude. Um And also, I think what people don't realize too is your emotions. That's the biggest one, okay? Like,
Yeah,
and it's backed by science. Like, this is not just hearsay, somebody came up with this. Like, it's really backed by science. And if you go digging deep enough, which we don't have nearly as much time for me to get into all of that, what I will suggest is another podcast, you guys, called Know Thyself, and I watch it like every single day. He has a lot of good information on there, and he brings a lot of like neuroscientists on there, doctors, scientists of all sorts that kind of break that down. So, yeah. Um,
podcast I watch on manifesting is Russ.
I mean, yeah, Russ does talk about it, but I was just saying like these doctors like they break it down to where it's like it's
Yeah,
proof, it's proof when it comes from them. So, yeah, but emotion is like the biggest thing when it comes to manifesting, good or bad.
so do you think when manifesting you have to be almost delusional, like really think like?
I think you have to see, the thing about life is everything's about balance.
Yeah,
And that's really hard to do. I think you have to balance on the line of delusion, but also like being focused and present in the moment.
right.
Because when you're being delusional about the things that you want, which I think is a great thing, when you're riding down the car in your shitty fucking Volvo, like, and you're and like you have to literally imagine um you driving the car of your dreams. You know what I mean?
Yeah, down to the
Yes.
stitching in the seats.
Right. But you also have to remain in the here and now, because that does keep you grounded and it keeps you focused and it helps you take action towards what you want. You know, you can't manifest without action either.
A dream
So
can't become reality without believing that dream.
110%. And it really does start with you, you
People always
know.
say they have a dream or they have this, but they don't truly believe it's going to happen, and that's why it doesn't.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? I know the answer. I'm just
Systematic, the way we've been brought up and taught, like they don't think it's possible for everybody. They think, oh, I come from these circumstances, or I come from this background, or I'm this way, so that ain't never gonna work out for me. And society's a very negative place, and people get stuck in that, and they can't dig themselves out of it. Um, like I don't know, I
so what it all boils down to is a lot of people, maybe not consciously, but subconsciously believe that I'm not good enough. I don't deserve it, because you're exactly right. Like this is a societal thing. Um I mean, when we really think about this, you guys, like from the time you are able to crawl, okay, you are being told, no, no, don't touch that. No, 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 no. We always hear no far more in life than we hear a yes.
yep.
So immediately, you're right. We are conditioned. No, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can't. And I'm so glad I knew this and was aware of these things like before we had our daughter, and I had time to like really sit with that, because I mean obviously I'm not telling you never tell your kids no. But what I am saying is that there are healthy boundaries that you can help your child live in to not get stuck in that social conditioning of no, I cannot, you
Yes.
know. But yeah. Um I really think that just comes from a place of people not thinking that they deserve it, self included.
Yeah, I mean, especially like people who have dealt with uh what do you call it, verbal or emotional abuse, or like always talked
Like
down on by
traumas.
someone. Yeah, like
Yeah.
traumas, like always made to feel like they ain't worthy or they ain't shit. Like,
Oh,
because
yeah.
a lot of people have had that happen to them, and it's really hard to believe in yourself when you've been beaten down so bad to the point where, you know what I mean, like
Hmm.
how am I gonna achieve this when I was told like I'm ugly and I'm not,
Right.
or
Like, how am I going to be
or
a model when I've been told I'm ugly
right,
my whole life?
right, like
Like, yeah. I know firsthand what that's like. I had a very verbally abusive mother who, like, it was weird. She was like in this weird ass competition with me. Like,
yeah,
and I was always told like I was too fat, I was too this, I was too that, I was lazy, I wasn't gonna be shit. Like, and it sucks because once you become an adult, you have to literally unlearn all of that on top of staying consistent, on top of creating this whole new belief system for yourself. Like, I mean, this shit's work, dude.
right.
It
and
doesn't just come to
and
you.
it's hard too, because like it's usually someone close to you that does that to you, like with the
Yeah, that's where it starts for
so you
sure.
could have 100 people that believe in you and tell you how awesome you are and you're really doing this, or 1,000 or 10,000 or 10 million, but you still have that thought in the back of your mind that you ain't shit and you ain't worthy and you're ugly, or
Hi, my name's Kelsey.
you know what I mean, like, and it's
I
really hard
do,
to quiet that one dumb voice when
which is
the
your
rest of the
all.
world telling you like, oh, you're awesome, you're the best freaking
Thing since
snow
sliced
skier
bread.
in fucking in the Alps, like, you know what I mean,
I do. I
like,
do. Well, I thought that these audiobooks that I've been listening to have been very, very interesting. It's really made me realize like where I've kind of been getting stuck. Um, you know, you literally have to get so disciplined to the point where it's like who you follow on social media, who you're friends with on Facebook, what kind of music you're listening to. If you're listening to music that's like, I'm gonna shoot this motherfucker, da 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 da, like, you're gonna soak in that vibe.
Yeah.
You're going to soak in that vibe. If you are around friends who are lazy and they have no goals and all they talk about is drama, and that is eventually what you will become. You are who you hang around. You know, my stepdad used to tell me that all the time. You are who you hang around. You are who you hang around. And I'm like, you're so full of shit. No, I'm not.
It is not to say like,
But
yeah,
yeah,
like say, okay, I used to work a corporate job or however you call it. What do you,
corporate.
yeah, corporate job.
Yeah.
And I was like a top salesperson, and some of the people I still hung out with like didn't it didn't affect me, but it did hinder me. You know what I mean, to an extent. Like,
Some people get hindered worse than
yeah,
others, but you do see like where you could have cleaned up on improvement,
oh,
like how much
absolutely,
further you could have got had these people not been around.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
um I can say firsthand, recently, especially, like, things were going so great. Like, I was all the way up in my bag. I had my health down. I knew where I was going. I was so ready to like crush these goals. And then I allowed some folks, because it was multiple folks that I had allowed back in my life. And now I'm sitting here looking back on that last month and a half, and I'm like, wow, wow, this literally just happened. You know these things. Shame on you. Do better. You know what I mean? And once I let these people back in my life, it was just like,
We were talking the other day, and I said, I was like, everything was smooth, going so good, da 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 da, and you're like, yeah, and then I let this person, this person, like, I'm like, whoa,
yeah,
you're right. That's exactly when it started. Like, damn.
and I hate to be one of those new year, new me people, because let's be honest, guys, like, if you want a change, you'll make that change no matter what day of the year it is, no matter what hour, no matter what minute. But
Yeah,
they
like,
say that you can start your creative process, your creation process of how you want your life to go through silence, through drawing back, through canceling out the noise. Um, and I needed to do that these last couple weeks to really take a personal inventory on what I want in my life and how I'm going to get it. And it kind of felt like I was starting from ground zero all over again, but that's okay.
yeah, it is
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. It's wild, that we consciously know these things, but subconsciously we stay in these habits. And I do call it a habit because I have the problem of seeing the best in people. And it's not that people are bad. That's what I also had to realize. It's not that people are bad. It's just not everybody is on this journey that I'm trying to be on.
Yeah,
And that's okay because everybody's divine timing is different.
absolutely. Everybody has a different path, has
Yep.
their own path.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Um, like, I didn't wait till the new year to. You boys on the diet, lost 12 pounds already.
Yeah, Tony's lost 12 pounds, y'all.
Um,
Woo!
I had to decide and make that choice and not wait till New Year's to be like, oh, I'm gonna start losing weight on. No, I really had to want that. Like, I had to
Yeah,
look in the mirror and look at myself and be like,
I
okay,
don't like
I don't
this.
like this. I need to lose some weight.
Yep, yep,
And I don't drink pop no more. I'm a big pop person. I don't eat candy. I don't eat snack cakes.
yep.
All my like loved it
All
all.
his favorites.
Yeah, like I mean, you might catch me eating an M&M, a peanut M&M once in a while, like,
Right.
but I ate
Well,
like crap. Yeah, but I had to really decide that, and it was deeper than my appearance. You know what I mean? Like, cause I got it, y'all. I'm
oh,
just
I
like,
cannot.
but
This
like my
guy.
health and my kids and my wife, like, you know, I have sleep apnea, and then I was overweight. I'm still a little bit overweight, but like that's just a recipe for disaster. and I need to be here for my people, and I want to be here for my
And the high
people.
cholesterol, which we now all have.
Yeah, I
I
think
also have high cholesterol now, which I don't understand because this is the cleanest I've ate in years.
yeah, I guess it ran in my family, but I think my cholesterol's in check now. Like I don't even take my Lipitor no more, but I don't eat the way I ate. Like I
Yeah.
ate like crap.
Yeah. Well, that kind of gets me into the next portion of this pod. So they say it takes 21 days to form a habit, and we were talking about meditation in the pod that we were doing before this one that we had to delete. And Tony was saying, like, I don't think it's necessary that you meditate, which is cool, like meditation, I feel is necessary 110%. And I was also saying that meditation is not easy the first couple times you
No, it's
do
not.
it. I mean, you're laying down,
Yeah,
eyes closed, listening to this voice that tells you what to do and is trying to teach you this.
yeah,
Um, but for a lot of us, our mind's like, did I shut off the oven? I gotta do laundry. The cat is meowing. You know what
right.
I mean? So your mind goes to all these different places and you have to kind of come back to your breathing, and meditation helps you focus,
Yeah,
you
it
know.
does help you focus. Like,
It does.
and what I was saying is like I'm not saying don't meditate and don't do this and don't do that. That you don't have to because it does wonders for people. But what I was saying is like I feel like you can manifest and believe in yourself and believe things and speak things into existence without doing that. Like you have to believe in yourself. That's the first thing. You have to believe in whatever you want. You have to believe in it, right?
Right.
If you don't believe in it, how are you going to meditate about it? How are you going to really lock in? Because you're not going to be motivated to do that. The first
So
step is
speaking
believe it.
from somebody who does meditation, I'm just going to tell you right now, you got it all wrong. That's not the point of meditation. Meditation isn't like to just manifest your life.
No, I
Like,
know that. I know that. I know that.
meditation is one of like 100 tools that are necessary to make the creation process happen for you. Um, it's not like the sole reason for your manifestation. But what I will say is, um, it doesn't work unless you work it. It's a lot like fucking AA. Like, you have to consistently keep coming back,
Yeah,
you know, every single day, and starting off with even just 5 minutes, meditation, clean eating, what you're putting in your body, how much sleep you're getting, who you're surrounding yourself with, what media you watch. Like, I'm not saying to just lie and be like, oh, today is like the best day ever, but you can shift your energy to align into that.
yeah,
You shift your energy. It's not magically just going to go away if you're having a shitty day, but you can shift. And rather than you being like, oh, it sucks because my blood sugars are out of whack today, you could revert that into, my blood sugars might be out of whack today, but I'm really thankful that I have a CGM and insulin and tools. I'm just using this as an example to get my blood sugar back into check, you know,
yeah,
turning that negative to a positive. And the trick is to remain conscious of when you are being negative, because a lot of the times we don't realize we're being negative. So, you know, I can honestly say that once I started meditating, I became way more conscious. And when I was watching Know Thyself, um, it made a lot of sense because you got to be careful when you get good at meditating and when you start to come into true consciousness, because what happens is you start noticing people closest to you, you start seeing things for what it really is, you start becoming more aware of people, and their energies and their true intentions for you, um, things unfold. And that just means you're growing. So it's not a bad thing. But what's important is once these things get brought to your attention, you have to know when to say when, you know? Um, the other thing that I think I found really fascinating too was that um the whole like you get back what you put out. No more, no less.
Well, that's like, like manifesting. Like, you can't just think it, and not like, oh, talk it. Like,
You have to
I'm gonna be a
really feel
millionaire. I'm gonna
it.
be a millionaire. I'm gonna be a millionaire. You can say it a million times, but if you're not, you still have to put in the work, y'all. You can't just.
Well, a lot of people say I want to be a millionaire.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a very vague statement.
Right. I
You
was
will
just using it as
never,
an example.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
you will. I want to be a millionaire, like that book was saying. I want to be happy. I want to find a lover. I want, a house. Okay, you want a house. What kind of house? Is it going to be a 1-story house, a 2-story house? What color are the shutters? What's your front porch going to look like? How big's your yard going to be? I mean, you literally have to like see this shit in your head.
Yeah.
Use your imagination of what you want and start creating. And you're going to start creating by manifesting, or I'm sorry, meditation, journaling, going to the gym, embodying the lifestyle of being able to afford the house that you're going to create. And it's there for you. That's the thing. Once you speak it, now it's out there in the universe, and it's just a matter of you going, like, it coming to you in divine timing. You can't rush it.
Yeah. And just as easy as you spoke that, the negative that you speak to goes out in the universe, and that'll
Way
come back,
faster.
way faster.
Way
So
faster.
you got to be really careful and really conscious of the energy you put out and the type of person you are.
You know,
How you're living your life. Um, are you can't want one thing but live a different way. You know what I mean?
yep.
Like you can't want to be a boxer but
Never go to the
be
gym.
at the buffet every day. Like,
Right.
it just don't work out like that. I mean, I
No.
guess for Butterbean and people, but you know what I mean. Like,
I do, it's 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 so important to remain conscious. That's what I've found. You have to really be conscious. Every single minute of every single day, you have to remain conscious of everything.
yeah,
Sounds exhausting, but really, once you get it into habit of using these tools and co-creating with the universe, there's like this, we hear it all the time, even flow, like it just flows. It
yep,
just happens. It's effortless. And that's so for a long time, y'all. For a long time, I didn't know which direction I wanted to take because I was very involved in SW. Um and I still do that, you know what I mean? And my passion is music. And for a long time, I wasn't clear on what I wanted. I wasn't clear on how I was going to get there. I was just like, I know I want this, but it wasn't in detail. I was throwing darts basically in a dark room, just
hoping
hoping
one hit a
something
bullseye.
lands. You know what I mean? Anywhere on the board, I didn't care.
Yeah,
And I think that really hindered me a lot. And I think I was doing a lot of things not out of authenticity for me. It was because what others wanted from me. I haven't lived for myself ever. Ever, you know? And it's funny because when my music started growing, a lot of people I feel like in my personal life that I knew would like look at what I had going on and be like, "Oh my God, it must be so cool to like be you." You know what I mean? You're gaining this following and you're fucking going to shows and that's your work. And don't get me wrong, like I absolutely love what I do, but what people also didn't realize was like music didn't just pay me. Like there was shit I had to do that I didn't want to do, but I felt like I had to do it to get where I want to go, you know?
Yep.
And I had to like reframe my mind on my SW. I don't want to say it because I don't know if I'm allowed to, but I had to reframe my mind on that, you know, like, was it ideal for me to do those things? No, but you know, I'm still kind of on the fence of what I truly want. And that's okay too. You know, it is okay to be indecisive. Don't stay there, but it is okay to not know which direction to go.
Absolutely.
Um what I will say is I have a lot of freedom, so I'm thankful for that. You know what I mean? But I do need to get more clear on exactly what I want, you know. And for a long time I was like chasing music but also integrating other things that weren't music into my brand, and it's like now you're fucking up the even flow of what was going on. Like the goal was music,
Right.
you know, so you do what you have to do to make that happen, but posting all this other bullshit that has nothing to do with your music is it was doing me nothing, because now I sit with 114,000 followers on Instagram. And
It was way more than that too. I deleted a bunch of people off there.
yeah, which is fine because
Yeah.
for me, again, quality over quantity, like that also ties into the whole co creating manifestation thing. Like, what is meant for you is going to come to you,
Yeah.
and there will be nothing in the way to block it. If it's going to come, it will come. And you know, for a long time I was like, oh, if I'm not selling out arenas in 10 years or by the time I'm 30, like I'm quitting music. I'm done. I'm not going to keep wasting my time on it. But one of my audiobooks this morning said something really interesting, and it said, whatever your passion is, or you feel like your purpose, or whatever you're trying to manifest, if nobody was watching you, what would you be doing? And I thought about that. I've been creating music far before anybody was watching me.
Yep.
I was writing songs that didn't make any fucking sense when I was 7 years old, you know, but I loved it. And I was like, I was going to be the next Britney Spears. Like, you couldn't tell me shit about nothing. I knew what I wanted. You know what I mean? And I think the older I got, I lost that. And that happens with a lot of people. So when you're trying to figure out what your purpose is, they always say, go back to when you were a kid. Because when you're a kid, you're untouched. You know what I mean? You're unpolluted.
Yeah. Sometimes people think they want something and then they get there and realize
That's not what they
that ain't
wanted
even
at
what I
all.
wanted. This ain't what I thought it was gonna be. This ain't what it seemed.
And that's okay too, you know, because we're meant to grow and to change. And I
Yeah.
think you have to know when to let go of something as well. And for a while there, even now, sometimes I wonder, you know, like if it wasn't for the people who message me telling me, like, holy shit, your songs in my zone and this is life and how do you sleep are changing my life, I would still, I'd be further in that doubt, because sometimes I wonder, I'm like, is it meant for me? Is it meant for me? Is there a reason why I'm not playing arena shows or like deeper into the music industry? What is the universe protecting me from? You know? I can tell you right now, if I would have got like famous as fuck at like 18 years old and got all that money, bitch, I'd be dead. I wouldn't even be here because I was reckless. But that kind of goes hand in hand with divine timing.
Absolutely.
Like, you're just not ready for it yet. The universe will decide when you are ready. And if you've did that co creation and it's your time, it will happen. What's meant for you is meant for you. And I got like that with people too. I don't know about you, but relationships that take work, I don't want no part of that. I don't want no part of that because it shouldn't take work.
No.
I always hear this mumbo jumbo about from like people who've been married for 50 fucking years and they're like, you got to work at it. I don't want to have to work at it, especially something like on something that like should just be there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It shouldn't
I
be
felt back
work.
from a lot of people. I mean, I still have some of my friends, but like a lot of the friendships weren't doing nothing for me and what I was trying to do and where I was trying to go in life. And it's okay to grow apart. Like I still got love for certain people, and you know what I mean. And we went different paths, but like they didn't align with what I was doing and wanted to do or trying to do, or not a lifestyle I wanted to be involved in, or you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Like,
Yeah.
and that's okay.
Yep. Yep. And something else I've learned too is learning like, you have to know your value. You really have to know your value because when you don't know your value, you accept things for your life that aren't putting you in alignment with where you're trying to go,
Yeah.
And recently I had somebody who's very close to me tell me that I was stuck up and that I expect everybody to kiss my ass. Now, you know me, I'm huge on accountability. Like, I need to do self reflection when somebody tells me something like that because I want to know, like, am I this way? Because if I am, then I need to make that change. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be that person that you're saying I am. So I took a self inventory and I thought about this and I was like, I'm not judgmental. I might have my opinions, but I'm not going to press them upon you.
Right.
I'm not judging you, but it's not thinking you're better than somebody else for having boundaries and not accepting things for your life or wanting things to be a part of your life that aren't in alignment with where you're trying to go.
That was not a reflection of who you truly are.
It was projection like a motherfucker.
Yes, absolutely.
But you know me, I'm always like, am I that crazy bitch?
Right.
Yeah, you know. Um it's not stuck up to have boundaries and putting yourself in alignment with what you want. Surrounding yourself with a certain kind of people, you know. It's necessary. And just because somebody else doesn't think it's necessary for their life doesn't mean you have to live like that.
True.
Yeah. So what I told myself was that in 2026 I am saying no to things that I'm doing a podcast. Okay. I am saying no to things that are not in alignment with where I'm trying to go. I don't have to overextend myself to make other people happy. Codependency will not be a thing in my life. And not just this year, but any year going forward. Because here's the thing, I shouldn't have to lose myself to keep somebody who claims that they love me happy.
Period.
You don't have to do that. And your value is measured by you and you alone. It's not measured by how much you do for somebody else. It's one thing to be making an impact.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, people will use the fuck up out of you.
For whatever they can get.
Yeah, they will. And I don't know. You just got to make sure that you're keeping yourself in alignment. Every situation you're in.
And having your boundaries
Yeah.
in place.
Looking around at your friend group. What are you doing on the weekends? You know, because people who want to be successful, like, I'm not saying get caught up in the hustle culture because I don't believe in that shit anymore either. You shouldn't have to work yourself to death. Like, that's not what life is about. We are humans. We are meant to create. Literally, look at everything in this house. It was created.
Yep.
That is what we are meant to do. But I don't know. Just things shouldn't have to take too much work. And we are conditioned to believe that we are. Like, people be like, I work. The guy in Vegas, let me use him as an example.
Which one?
Remember when we were with our friend in Vegas who was being judged by those men? And he was like, I worked really hard for this country. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not saying that you being a vet isn't important, because it is. And thank you so much for your service, because a lot of people aren't just willingly signing up for the military. You know what I mean? But people have this ideology like, I work hard, so I get to be whatever the fuck I want and however I want. And it's just like,
just because you work hard don't mean you can be an asshole.
Exactly. But again, what you put out is what you get back. So, you know, I started telling people, have the day you've earned.
Makes sense.
Yep. And when you really think about it, like, the nasty people that I know in life aren't doing well.
None of them.
Not one. And that's because what they've put out has molded and shaped their life now.
Yep.
Every choice, every thought, every feeling, every emotion is going to determine your future. So do with that what you will, guys. But yeah, if you guys get a chance, go look up the 12 Laws of the Universe on YouTube. Literally, there's so many audiobooks and stuff about it that will teach you how to co-create. I am not extremely qualified, I feel like, to, give you guys.
The 12 laws of the universe are like, they're powerful.
They're non-negotiable.
Yeah, and like, I know, like, we're talking about being positive and stuff, but like certain games, they live off the 12 laws of the universe. Like,
Well,
you know what I mean? It's real shit. Like, them 12 laws of the universe are real shit. Like,
yep. So
they're very powerful.
Yeah, there's a lot of information on it, you guys, that you guys can go find. I wanted to share this with you guys, just because I know a lot of my fan base is stuck in something, having issues. And I'm not saying life will never throw curveballs. Like, once you get to this point, I'm not saying that there won't be things that happen, but
we're stuck in our house right now because our car's broke.
You know what, though? Like, that is, I'm not even like mad about it, though.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, it's
chilling.
just, I'm just gonna handle it.
Yep.
I'm just gonna handle it. I'll fix my truck. Is it gonna cost me some money? Yeah. Was I planning on spending that money? No. But I'm not worried about it. You want to know why? Because the money will come. The money will come.
Yep.
as long as I am doing my part in co-creating, it will happen.
Absolutely.
And fear, anxiety, doubt, those are clear signs, you guys, of you needing a change. Your body will speak to you. If you're having chest pains, shortness of breath, headaches, you're getting sick easy, you need to look at your life and really take a personal inventory of what you can change so that way you can start feeling better mentally, physically, emotionally. And once you get that all in alignment, things just happen. And that's great. So I'm going to make things happen today, y'all, and go do some music reels. But wanted to get this podcast done. I enjoy doing these podcasts. If you've made it this far throughout the pod, thank you so much. Oh, not sure what we're going to talk about next week, but we'll figure
We'll
it
have
out.
something good for y'all.
Yep. It's your girl Kelsey Lynn,
It's your boy Tony G.
and this is Mint and Kitten Moments.